We are recording. Alright guys, so we are going to be doing a best friend Q&A with Rachel, the one and only. We have some questions that we were brainstorming on the Notes app, so with no particular order, we're just going to go and jump right into them. Are you ready for this?
So ready. I'm not ready.
Okay. Alright, first question. How did we meet?
How did we meet? Oh god.
Right. It was basically
we
a
met
common
through a mutual friend.
Yeah, common friend.
Middle school.
Oh, we said it at the same time. And then 7th grade, so you guys can kind of calculate that because that goes on to our next question, which is how long have we known each other? So
we did the math earlier.
Yeah, so it's like 8 years basically.
It's been a while. We're almost at a decade.
Almost at a decade. First impression of each other.
First impression of each other.
Okay, I'll go first. Okay. So to be honest, I hate it. Just kidding. The true colors are coming out.
Scroll's a fake. You should unsubscribe right now.
No. But I was gonna say, like, we actually weren't very close when we first met each other. Like, we were in the same friend group, but I feel like we weren't in the same classes at first, so we didn't really like hit it off right off the bat. But I would say I didn't think much because I didn't know her very well, or I didn't know you very well. But I always thought she was very nice, and I could tell she was really sweet. She was like quiet, but I could tell she was really nice and really smart. That's what I thought. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see, first impression of you. I remember like being like just, I don't know, like taken aback by your warmth as a person. Like,
oh my
she's
God.
Just like the nicest person you will ever meet. Like,
oh my God, I'm blushing.
I remember when Christine introduced us, I just remember we already felt like besties. We already felt like family. And it felt like I had known you forever.
That's so sweet. Yeah. Mine is like, I didn't know her very well. It's like compliment. That's very sweet. Describe the other person in 3 words.
Oh God.
Okay. I know it's a hard one. You can think. Okay, so mine I would say definitely intelligent. Like, this girl is like super smart. Like, I remember, do you remember in chemistry? No, do you remember in chemistry class? Like, you would like help me, and we had the same science teacher, Mrs. Suter, yeah, and that was the first class I think we had together. I think so.
Yeah.
And she would help me with my chemistry. I remember she was always really good at like math and science. That wasn't really my strong subjects. So I remember that's kind of how I bonded with her, is because we had the same science class, and she would help me. And so I would definitely say intelligent, both like creatively and just like intellectually. I think you're like one of those people that are like good at both, so I would say that. And I would also say very humble. Like, you don't brag about your accomplishments to just, you know, to brag, but I feel like you know like what your accomplishments are, and you take pride in that. So I'd say humble. And then like gentle and sweet. Like, you have a very like gentleness about you, and like you're very, I think, kind to like the people that you meet. And yeah, so I'd say those 3. Even though there's like so many other ones, but those are the 3 that like come to mind, so.
Okay, 3 words to describe you. I would say you're very loyal.
Aww.
Like, I feel like, I guess this is a spoiler for an upcoming question, but
yeah.
I feel like loyalty is something that really makes a friendship last, and I feel like, you know, part of the reason we were able to maintain our friendship for so long is because, like, I know you threw your whole heart into it, and like, I really appreciate how you put in effort, and like, you always show up, and like, that just means the world to me. So I would say very loyal. You're also very thoughtful. Like, I still have like letters from this girl that you wrote me back in like middle school, and I have a whole box of them, and I look at them sometimes.
I love letters. Yeah. Handwritten letters are the best. You guys should write handwritten letters.
Write handwritten letters.
This is your sign.
2022. Very creative. Obviously, like with your YouTube channel and your blog. But I would say, like, even just, I don't know, in your daily life, like from your fashion to, like, I know sometimes you send me like little vlogs on Snap. Like, you're always out there creating something, and you're always just being the most artistic individual ever.
Oh,
so,
I love those.
Yeah.
That's really sweet. What is your favorite memory of us together?
Favorite memory?
There's a lot, so you can say a few too.
Okay. I really love the LA
I
that
was
we
gonna
took
say
together
that
in
one.
2019.
Yes.
Like, I feel like that's one of the first ones that came to mind.
Yes. I
It
love
was
that
like
one.
December of
2019.
2019.
It was also kind of before the pandemic, a little bit before that, so I feel like that's also why that moment stands out, because I think that was one of the like last times we like did like a full-on trip, and it was cool because I was back in town to OC and we hadn't seen each other, and then we just took the train to LA and
we played 20 questions.
Yeah,
like,
we played
on the
20
way up,
questions.
and she asked the hardest hitting question. And it's honestly the best thing.
Yeah, so we had such a fun time, and then we went to like the
Yeah.
last bookstore, which was so
Downtown
cool.
LA.
Yeah, and we should do another one of those.
We should.
That was really fun. What's a moment in your friendship that touched you?
Our corner bakery.
Yeah, oh my god, no, oh my god, literally best friend telepathy.
That was
Like,
like-
I was thinking the same thing. I think that's like, that was a pivotal moment in our friendship, and we were still really young. I think, were we freshmen or like in middle school? I don't remember.
We were like in middle school.
Yeah, we were in middle school, I think 8th grade.
Like
Probably
2014.
Yeah, probably 8th grade, and this is kind of where I felt like her and I started to become really close, is we were at Corner Bakery and we were just like talking about life, like as 14-year-olds.
Things got really deep.
Yeah, things got very deep, and yeah, so definitely that moment I'd say that still stands out to us, where somehow it was just a random like hangout session, but we ended up at Corner Bakery. We ended up just talking about life, and
We talked for like a whole 2
yeah,
hours.
we talked a lot about like, I don't know, it just got very deep, and yeah, I agree. I would definitely say that moment. Oh, this one's a fun one. Okay. Who is more likely to be on a reality show, and why? And what would be the reality show?
Definitely you. I feel like
Me.
your personality is just a lot more like outgoing. I am very camera shy. I don't even know why I'm doing this.
I forced her to do this with me.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I feel like it would definitely be you.
What kind of reality show would it be?
I don't even know. Selling Sunset.
Oh my god. But like lawyer style.
Yeah,
maybe
lawyer style.
lawyers. Be a song to describe our friendship.
Song to describe our friendship. Team by Lorde. Because we're
Ooh.
always in each other's corner.
That's
We're
true.
always on each other's
Oh,
team.
you know what I love? You know what? I have the song 15 by Taylor Swift. I love that song.
Oh wait, I love that song.
Yeah, so maybe
That's a good
15 by Taylor Swift, because, and the reason why is because it like talks about her meeting like her best friend in high school, and we met like not in high school but in middle school, so it's, you know, same time. And what is the key to a long-lasting friendship?
Key to a long-lasting friendship. I'm gonna stand by what I said earlier and say loyalty.
Yeah.
And also just like showing up. I think effort
Yeah.
is really important. We don't really see each other that often.
Yeah,
I
we
feel
don't. Like, I feel like the key is definitely loyalty, and just following up with the person, asking them how they're doing. And I agree with the showing up. Like, I think showing up is such a big one. I've had friends who I thought I would be friends with for a lifetime, friends who I considered very close to me at the time, and when it came down to like the most important things, like that wasn't reciprocated, or like that effort just wasn't there. And so I think the level of effort and just showing up is key to like any successful relationship, whether it's a friend, romantic, yeah, etc. Ooh, this is a good one. Advice for dealing with any friendship breakups.
I've sort of just had friends who have like
Drifted.
ghosted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, drifted.
Okay.
Um,
But never like a bad, like, where you guys ended things on bad terms.
yeah, no, I don't think I've ever had
Okay.
any.
I would
You go
say,
first.
yeah, I guess this one applies more to like people who have had a friendship breakup, and I've had a few, let's just keep it at that. I've had a few, and I'd say the best advice is to, I think time is always really good. I think also it depends on the type of friendship you had, because let's say, for example, you were really close with this person, it may be harder to let go of that friend. But then if a friend, you know, if you could say like you were best friends, but that relationship wasn't very deep, like it was pretty surface level, then it may be easier to like let go of that friend. So I would just say, like, you know, understand that everything takes time, and like time heals all wounds. I'm a big believer in that. And also just focus on the other people in your life that give you positive energy, I would say, is that, because there's no point in like wasting time on people who suck the energy out of you, or who just make you feel bad about yourself. Even if they were like a close friend at one point, it's natural for people to just grow apart, and yeah, that's my advice.
I would also say that like maybe friendship breakups can be really draining, so just take all that time that you would have been spending with that person and focus it on yourself.
That's a good
and
one.
You won't regret it later.
And it may hurt at first, but also know there's a big reason why that friendship didn't end well, or just, you know, and so understand like the reason why like you guys aren't friends anymore. Okay, style the other person. What would you style them with? Or like how would you style them?
Ooh, okay. I would say like for you, probably a midi floral dress.
That's cute.
With Chelsea boots. I feel like that's very classic Allysa.
I love that. Okay. For you, I would say like those like trouser like pants, like French pants.
Ooh.
And then kind of like a more cropped top, or kind of like something like this, but maybe like a different color. And then I would say like Birkenstocks.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
I love Birkenstocks.
And then also like a
shoe
tote
of
bag.
the summer.
Yeah, like a cute little tote bag to go with your outfit. That's it. We could go anywhere in the world. Where would we travel to, and what would we do? I would say maybe New York. That would be really fun to experience together. We've talked about like,
right,
in an ideal world, if we like got an apartment together in New York, that'd be so much fun.
We have talked about it, and
Yeah.
like we even have like a
Yeah, we
secret
have a-
Pinterest
yeah.
board.
It's a hidden.
I guess not so secret now.
Yeah,
but we have a secret Pinterest board.
Yeah.
Of like how we would decorate our apartment in New York.
Yeah, I would say that, or like a Europe trip would be fun, and I feel like knowing us, we would just take lots of photos, and I feel like we'd have the best time traveling, honestly. I feel like we would get along as like travel buddies, because sometimes like people can be good friends, but they may not travel together. Like, I don't know, like I feel like a good test of a friendship is if you can stand them for like traveling, because you're with them on the plane like day in, day out. So
Definitely.
it's a lot of time together.
I feel like we're also really adventurous and
Yeah, down
we
for
both be down
anything.
for new experiences.
Okay, I like that. We are on our last question, or close to wrapping up. So this question is, how do you know it's time to let go of a friendship? Like, how do you know when it's time to either cut this person off or like kind of distance yourself from a friend?
I would say like maybe when the friendship starts going one way.
That's a good one, yeah.
Because I feel like friendship is a two-way street, and like if you feel like it's draining all of your energy and you're not really getting that same energy like reciprocated from the other person, and you feel like they're not really putting in the effort that you're putting in, I know maybe it's time to reassess things.
Yeah, I agree. And this question I think too is tough because like depending on the situation, like it's very situational if you cut this person off. I think there's different scenarios where if this person is like just not a positive person in your life, or just makes you like drains your energy, there's like a clear like, okay, you need to like have this person out of your life if they are being toxic to you or just not being the best person and not treating you well. But also I feel like too, like if for example like your beliefs start to disalign like in the ways that matter most, then I think that's also a sign to like maybe have a conversation with that person and communicate that, or just kind of slowly distance yourself. And I think too, like if that friendship is really something that's meant to be, I always believe that you guys will find each other, or you know, if you call that person out, I think it's up to them whether or not they're willing to like change and I guess fight for that friendship and prove to you that, you know, that they have changed, or just like, you know, let that friendship go. But I think the best friends in your life will always like stay in your life and will make an effort to stay in your life. So yeah, those are the questions I have. Rachel, thank you so much for being my guest. You're actually the first guest I've had on my channel. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little fun Q&A with my bestie Rachel, and hopefully she makes an appearance in many more videos on my channel. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!